going on? So we're going to go over real quick, not in a Russian manner though, why you should go outside. Now, more importantly, this is probably going to be a motivational thing or inspirational thing, if you want to say that. So, no matter what day it is, you should always try to get outside, especially on the sunnier days. You should definitely get outside. The source of all the planet actually comes from the sun. All of creation comes from sun. Everything has integrity though. Integrated, meant to say. And everything is integrated, and we all define each other and depend on each other in one way or another. The trees, we want to be here at the trees. The fish want to be here with the trees, and it all goes around. It doesn't really matter if you know all that. What you do need to know is you do need sunlight for your body to function and for your sanity of your mental health. You do need that sunlight. That there's power in there. There's energy. In fact, we are, if we had to say something, we are just the sunlight. We are water. Our body's 72% water. We're mostly water, which water's all around. Doesn't matter what you want to call us. When you go outside, you get fresh air. You get to move around. There's nothing better than fresh air. I hate people that are unaware of fresh air and ventilation. People that burn candles without ventilation and things along that nature. I like fresh air. Your body's meant to have fresh air. I guess you'll never even know what fresh air is if you're outside all the time until you're trapped in somewhere, maybe a cell or something, confinery or some type of containment, as in other words. Obviously, getting outside, fresh air, we got the fresh sunlight. Your body just likes being outside. And what I really want to touch upon in this video, actually, I want to talk about EMFs and I want to talk about electronics. And EMFs are it's basically another word. We could say radiation, or we could say 5G, 4G. Okay, they don't even let me say what people aren't allowed to say 5G, but I don't care because I'm not talking about it necessarily. I'm just saying I want to learn you because this is a known fact. And they put smart meters. If you know what a smart meter is, they put it on everyone's houses. But you understand this is like a system that they're implicating to build up to a bigger power grid. And we're not going to get into all the corruption and evilness of this, because that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about why you should go outside, to actually get away from electronics. Electronics are good, but people use technology too much. There's too much radiation between the phone and me. In fact, if you read the owner's description, which should be in there on your phone, like the manual that you usually get with your phone, it should say you should always keep your phone 6 feet away from you. And it goes really deep. But what you need to know is they put smart meters in your house or on your house for the water or for the electricity, which give off more radiation than the ones that were before, because the ones before didn't really give off radiation. And this does affect you. All the things I'm talking about can make you depressed and give you anxiety and make you feel bad. That's why you got to go outside and get in. You got to go outside and get in the sun, and you got to get away from that stuff, which is one of the main reasons I made this video. How's it going? It was to get away from those electronics. There's Wi-Fi inside, and people need to get outside more in general because they're so closed off. This is something metaphorically. This isn't a physical thing. They're closed off in their mind too. Though the internet and things like that are a blessing at the same time, but it also can be everything's basically, in life, everything's a double-edged sword, for the most part. There are some things, of course, and it's all about balance, more so. So counterbalancing, counteracting whatever you're doing. So here we go. What we were talking about before is just going outside, getting away from that Wi-Fi, getting away from that radiation, get away from something that's always buzzing. People don't even know about the noises that are buzzing all the time because, it's not a big deal. Buzzing interferes with your natural thing because it's so hard to explain. You might not understand it. You might not want to understand it, but naturally everything's about to be turned off at a certain time when you go to sleep. I always turn off my phone, for example, when I go to sleep. And I make sure where I stay, there's not a lot of electronics around. If there was, I would unplug them. such things as the Wi-Fi. Even though relatively the Wi-Fi is pretty close to me, it doesn't bother me psychologically or mentally. I've never really had any problems. And at the end of the day, it's if you believe it's going to give you problems or not. At the very end of the day, do you believe this is causing you problems or not? If you do, then it might, though it might not. And, this might be just something I'm just saying. But at the end of the day, I want you to get outside and I want you to get away from electronics. And again, it's not, there's the Wi-Fi, the radiation, the TV's always running, or we got the fridge always running, the microwave, which again, that's been exposed. And it says pregnant ladies aren't supposed to be around the microwave at all. So why should anyone be around the microwave at all? Then we got refrigeration, things along those lines. We can dive deeper into this, but it's more so about the fresh air and the sunlight and getting away from the technology. Not to say anything's bad about technology, but taking a break from it, resetting yourself and just making a balance, finding a balance. Because the ground, everything, you got to understand, everything is electricity, everything gives off some type of connection. That's why people do grounding, but now that they made a word for it, it used to be something everyone just did. It was naturally where we lived. People got clothes on. People, the sun's not hitting their whole body. They're not getting exposed to fresh air. And that's a big thing. We're not really meant to be wearing clothes. Our body, it goes really deep. I don't care if you wear clothes or not. I don't care if you like clothes or not. That's fine. You gotta understand though, the body likes to be naked and free. I like to be naked and free. Maybe something covering my genitals, and I feel the same for women. But their chest should be free. I'm all about the breast free, not because I'm perverted. Because you gotta understand, when you see a human in clothes all your life, then you become accustomed to it. This is what makes people more horny and wants to exploit women for either side and wants to rape them more. This is why. I'm telling you why. Because we are not raised without clothes. If our desires, our lusts are usually amped up because they make us wear clothes. It's a forced thing to do. Not saying that it's a bad thing to do, but it is because we don't have the option to be naked. That's the problem. Because your body likes to be naked. Your body likes to be free, especially during sex, during showers. And I have been sleeping and experimenting without any clothes on. And it was terrific. And I'm going to do it for the rest of my life. Anyways, coming back into this, clothes are not essential to the body, especially if they're not natural clothes. We got natural clothes coming in there too. A lot of clothes are synthetic. We don't even need to get into all this, but just know that this is a raising consciousness and being aware of what's going on with you. Some people are not going to care. It's not going to bother some people. It doesn't bother me. It's all about what you believe at the end of the day. But I want you to recognize something of what's going on. Maybe there could be a finer lining, silver lining of why something just, or just be that motivational, inspirational thing that you need to have to go outside. Because that's what a lot of people need, to come outside more. Get some sun, get some fresh air. What I was getting at before is the earth has natural electricity. You probably heard this. We are just the light. We are just electricity. The water gives off, everything's a vibration or a frequency, both. So water gives off a certain frequency. That's water is healing. Any one of the elements can be healing. There's also fire and destruction. Fire has its own sound, its own vibration, its own colors. That's why fire is orange, yellow, then blue. And then you can't even see heat. When heat gets so hot, it just kind of goes really fast. Cold, it kind of shrinks and goes slow. Long waves, heat waves, fast waves. Cold waves, long waves. That's a nice tree. And I can shoot the video on there. And yeah, and what I was getting at with everything giving off electricity, vibrations, frequencies, so does your smart meter. That smart meter, they did that shit on purpose. I don't agree with that smart meter. That smart meter is not good. And put it in everyone's. And they're planning to do more. Being around your phone all the time, being on your phone all the time. Not only does it give off bad vibes sometimes, it's just not good to be around, but also it's not good to be on your phone all the time. You know what I mean? That's just a whole nother thing. So it's about finding that balance. And again, every person gives off their own vibration. Animals have their own vibration too. More animals depending on how many humans they're around, especially domesticated animals, because they act differently. They almost develop more personality. But I'm just saying that right there, and because it's hard to tell, but that's something I kind of picked up. Everything gives off vibrations, so your TV, whether it's on or off, is going to have some type of vibration. Then the cable that's hooked up to the satellite going to have some vibration. The environment that you're in, household that you're in, the room that you're in, it's going to have some vibration. How are you holding in that room? What else is in that room? The Wi-Fi, maybe a fridge, maybe an animal, you know what I mean? A lot of things considered in there. Now, you're not going to feel every freaking thing, you know what I mean? You don't really feel, they're kind of like subliminal feelings. Subconsciously you feel this, maybe even unconsciously, of the feelings. So you just got to listen to your gut. If something doesn't feel good, then listen to your gut. What feels good to your gut? Where does your gut want to go? Mostly everyone wants to go in nature. You can't defy nature. And if you're defying nature, you're pretty much anti-life, anti-Christ. You're like the devil, because we naturally like to be in nature. It's our natural healing thing. We don't like wires and electricity because we already are electricity. We don't necessarily like man-made things when it comes to when we try to replicate things. That's why we don't like AIs and robots, and we fear them because they can never be us, and simplistically because we feel and they never will. And we make mistakes, and we try to make them not make mistakes, which ultimately is what our goal as humans to do, is make less mistakes and heal more people and just have fun, because that's what life's all about. My friend's coming. I should have had him do the video, but we're about to wrap this up here soon. What's going on, Gary? Yeah, I know. You haven't seen me yet. You haven't seen me yet. You work today? Yeah. You never, dude. I swear it just happens like this. Like I did not plan it like at all. Yeah, I'll talk to you a little later though. And sorry for that interruption. Everything gives off their own vibration, so just be aware of what you're around. Be real how you feeling. Don't put up with shit you don't want to. And at the end of everything I said, just know, subscribe to the channel, give me a like, let me know what you thought of the video, recommendations of any talks that you would like me to discuss or anything. Leave a comment down below, tell me your experience. Check out some of my other videos, my other channel. I don't know which one I'm going to do this for, but yeah, so what I was just about to say is, at the end of the day, the whole message was a motivational message to get you outside, enjoy life, love everything you do. If you're not loving where you're at or what you're doing, then leave and go find somewhere you do love and something you do want to do, because then what's the point? If you're not going to, why do something you aren't really behind? Know what you're really behind, why you really get behind it, find the truth. Fact, a lot of people settle down for something. A lot of people settle for mates that aren't really for them, whether it's intimacy or whatever. Don't settle for nothing less. And if you should be prepping everyone around you, making people better, it's up to you. No one else is going to do it. So enjoy life, get some exercise too. Sun rays, exercise, fresh air, bada boom, everything you need. All in one. Have a nice day. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you watching this video.